what is the New Testament? Now, we already talked a lot about the Old Testament, so if you need a recap on the Old Testament, check out just the last episodes. Remember, the New Testament, it's only like 20% of the Bible. And yet this is probably the biggest thing that you'll hear about if you go into any church. Most of their sermons are going to come from this. And that's why it's so important that we start to dig into what the rest of it is. Now, in the Old Testament, if you remember, we talked about this family, the Israelites, the 12 tribes of Israel. They became some kingdoms. They separated, and they were these two kingdoms, the kingdom of Israel, the kingdom of Judah, and they were wiped out. They were sent into exile. The people that were left were scattered all over. Syrians were a world power, then Babylonians, then Persians, then Greeks, and eventually Rome. And when Rome's in power, that's when the New Testament starts. The first 4 books or scrolls of the New Testament, this is called the Gospels. And this takes place when Rome was in power. Now, these are the first 4 accounts of this dude named Jesus, who in the Christian faith, this is the Son of God. He's a perfect man. He's born of a virgin. He died on the cross for our sins, and he came back to life. Now, this term gospel, and just in case you don't know, it basically means good news. So the 4 gospels, it's about the 4 accounts of this guy that came and brought the good news. Then after that, we're going to get into a book called Acts. Now, this is incredible because Acts picks up right after the death of Christ, and it starts to give us the journey of the people that lived with him, that were called disciples, apostles, and what they did next after he rose from the dead, how they shared the good news. They kind of built this community together, and something happened that was incredible at this time. Now remember, as we talked about, God was the God of these Israelites, of Israel and of Judah. But when Jesus came, a new group started also hearing the message. We call them Gentiles. If you've ever heard the Gentiles, basically the Gentiles means anybody that wasn't either part of Kingdom of Israel or Kingdom of Judah, right? But Acts introduces us to one of the most famous people in the Bible, this dude named Saul, whose name later changes to Paul. And he's the guy who really connects with these Gentiles and who really starts bringing other people into the faith. And that's how someone like me, like you, ends up being a part of this. And of course, Christian comes from the word Christ. Now, this book of Acts, it shares a lot of the messages that God shared and how the apostles created this community that later turned into a church. So what's the rest of the New Testament? Because that's only 5 books, right? Almost all the rest are letters. You might have even heard them called epistles. They actually are written to the other groups and the other communities that are turning into churches, and it's trying to guide them. It's trying to clarify some of the teachings that they've had and really give them good examples about how to live life. And at the end, there's this one last book called Revelation, which is super famous, super popular, but it's also really complicated. And what this is, it's a vision to 7 communities or 7 churches about how difficult life is, what is going on, and basically how to stay strong until Christ comes back. And that message is given through a really powerful vision to this guy, John. And that is the New Testament in a super simplified way.